pride. You can't take my pride away. I can sing with the birds and the trees in the morning, or roll like the storms way over the ocean. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. Even on the days when I'm late as ever, my timing is right. Even in the darkest moments, they close, I'm that shine in the light. I can make an earthquake nervous, I can make the sun wear a visor. I can make a wise owl see me as a daily advisor. I'm that cool shade, peaceful night, and still my breath is a storm, I bet. I can make the thunder clap when I perform. It's just that in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. Hey, I can make time traveling a surprise. Make graveyards feel alive. Break the immortal down to his demise. I make the moon blue, I'm making pigs fly. Now I move mountains. I would have beaten the heart of a crash test dummy.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Jacksonville Jaguars. First 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? From the 6. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now Carr. Forced out to his left. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Agnew now to return. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll start on the ground, Etienne. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The Jaguars at 5-3 now on the year, and they come in playing some pretty decent football, 5-3 over their last 8.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, exit.
Lawrence will throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Here's Lawrence. Man open, here is Jones. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Hey, box up. Hey, alpha.
On 1st down, Lawrence finds his tight end, Ingram. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Back to the ground with Etienne. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack, going to stop him short of the 1st. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Going for it, here's Etienne. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the 1st down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And they'll go again with Etienne. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. James Robinson with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense
trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
I'm ready. Bravo!
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And able to find Kirk complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Straight ahead, ETN.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
He's got it. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points.
On 2nd down, ETN once more.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Lawrence.
And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Anthony Averett picks it.
And the Raiders are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's a heck of an effort from Josh Allen getting in there defensively.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. In his own end zone is Carr, and he can't get away. Carr is going to go down, and that is a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play call.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 59 yards. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And that's how you start a drive because you know they have this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time. And that was also a big-time throw.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Got it.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Ready, break.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. He wants to throw it here, and it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
That last throw, Charles, is going to move him past 32,942 yards passing for his career, and that surpasses the total of the Hall of Famer and a colleague of both of ours, Troy Aikman.
Yeah, played from 1989 to 2000. And Troy Aikman, he was about winning. Because remember, he had Michael Irvin to throw it to. We had Emmitt Smith to hand it to. Just imagine if he was throwing it the way they throw it around nowadays. His numbers, boy, would they be sky high.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Josh Allen accumulates 7.5 sacks last season to lead Jacksonville and their rebuilding defense. Not quite the Pro Bowl season he had as a rookie. They expect him to continue to blossom and is a future All-Pro.
Steps away. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The second quarter score from Cincinnati. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now Lawrence on 1st down. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it will stay tight throughout. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's another 1st down on a big gainer there, 33 yards.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
On 2nd down, Lawrence. Out route, he finds his man. It's Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 27. On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence.
That's going to be caught. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the 1st half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big pass.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
James Robinson
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Carr.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Buying time to his left. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. From the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box, establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence.
He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
A good spot to throw, and indeed they'll come out with 4 wide receivers here on 2nd and inches.
ETN up the middle.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here we go. Go.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. He had 3 of those sacks last week en route to being the AFC Defensive Player of the Week 1 right there. How do you block him now?
That's the question you think that they'd be able to answer. After having 3 the week before, you would make all the necessary adjustments in practice, but he's such an imposing force, he knows how to get to the quarterback anyway.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Let's go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Kirk.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain. Still a ways to go, though.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal.
He hit his first, this one from 38.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action from Jacksonville.
Play action. Now it's Carr. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. They fake the handoff. Now Carr under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. They'll get it inside the 20. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Travis Etienne, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. Man complete over the middle. It's Adams. And he will be marked down short of the 1st as they get to him at the 29. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Now Carr, gotta have this one.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Foyesade American.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This one fielded at the 5.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. 30. 10. 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Raiders. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Extra point by Carlson, up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. 36 yards on the play. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
They're looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On third down, Lawrence finds his tight end Ingram. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up the first and goal.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Here we go. Snap.
Once more, ETN.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and get it all the way to the end zone.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on third down. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Carr to throw for it on fourth down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, exit.
Now Lawrence. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the Raiders will take over here just shy of the 30. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted,
on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half is pretty much... And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jags are going to get it back here just past the 35. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. But at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. He wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and score. He's got reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Jaguars, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City.
My God, oh God, this is Son of God level. The sun, the sky, you can see the vibe. We ride the high, always on a high level. So open up your eyes better. Why these tell me? You can join the journey, you is worthy. Just allow me, no. Kicking down your door. Bloodshot cause I see this industry is filled with sheep. People that pretend to be something that they will never be. Oh my, I just need some little